Hello, Rams, and welcome to the second episode of the nerdiest show on campus. I'm Zeya Highley, filling in for our lovely Lee Medley.
And my name is Westyn Hubbard. We have a ton of nerd news for you tonight, and we don't want to keep you waiting.
That's right. For our show tonight, we will fill you in on all kinds of news, from trailers to teasers to even lawsuits. We'll also take a look into a beloved card game that has been around since the early 90s.
After that, we will get a glimpse at another nerdy hotspot in Fort Collins. You have to stick around to see where. Then we will delve into an old art form that was vital in ancient battles, but now is even more a cosplay and art staple. Also, Alex and Lee, if you're watching, we're not going to let you down.
And as usual, we'll wrap things up with some critical nerd input from the students of CSU as we find and interview some geeks on the street.
All that and more is coming right now on CTV Geeks.
On September 24th, Disney's Marvel Studios opened a lawsuit against the families of Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and other original Marvel comic writers and artists. The lawsuit aims to prevent these families from claiming the copyright to a slew of famous Marvel characters worth millions, such as Spider-Man, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Doctor Strange. If Disney is successful, they will retain the rights to these characters and continue the Marvel Cinematic Universe's 11-year run. If the families prevail, they will reclaim sole ownership, and Disney will have to find another way to reclaim the copyrights to the characters, likely through a hefty contract. We will keep you posted as the fate of the Marvel Cinematic Universe hangs in the balance.
Yet another Stranger Things Season 4 teaser dropped, and it revealed very little information, which isn't surprising for the supernatural mystery series. It shows a 1950s family being tormented by some sort of entity that's in their old house, which then we see it switch to present day and the Hawkins gang enters the house. The houses look like it is being taken over by the cryptic Upside Down, but we will not get answers until 2022.
Fort Collins is receiving an exciting addition to geek culture, a new store called Games Ahoy. The store is known for selling retro video game consoles and all types of comic books. It also supports many tabletop gaming communities by allowing the shop to be used as an event space. The grand opening for this store is happening this Friday, October 8th.
Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage opened in theaters last Friday, and the reviews are certainly mixed. While its opening weekend out-earned that of Shang-Chi's at $95 million, this may speak more to people's desires to get out and about than it does for the quality of the film. Rotten Tomatoes declares it is certified at 59% right now, but the general audience disagrees, giving the sequel film a solid 85%. One thing is for certain, though, you have to stick around for the legendary post-credits scene.
The trailer for the Disney Plus series Hawkeye released just a few days after its pilot episode, and it looks like a great adventure. Hawkeye, or Clint Barton, will have to deal with the fallout of his actions during the blip when half of the population disappeared for 5 years. All of the action will be encompassed by a holiday atmosphere as the series takes place during the Christmas season. We look forward to the first episode on November 24th.
The 9th and final episode of Season 1 of Marvel's What If series premiered today, and now that we know for certain that there will be a Season 2, we can't wait for more. I did stay up late last night to make sure I watched it, and I do have to say the finale was quite exciting. Spoiler-free, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. If you're a Marvel fan, make sure you watch it because you're going to love it, and it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing for those who are excited for what's to come next.
Netflix is set to host a global fan event on October 25th. The name, ta-tum, meant to mimic the first sound you hear when you open up Netflix. The event will feature dozens of guests and celebrity cameos. It will introduce new footage of upcoming Netflix shows and movies, as well as widely anticipated sequels.
Halloween Kills, the next movie in the long-running horror franchise Halloween, is set to come out on theaters and on Peacock's streaming service on October 15th. The movie will return showing Michael Myers once again wreaking havoc and Laurie Strode trying to finally take him down once and for all.
All right, Rams, let's take a quick halftime break. More nerd news is coming at you right after this.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back. Let's continue with the latest nerd news. The Harry Potter spin-off series, Fantastic Beasts, just announced the title of its third installment for the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. The movie is titled Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore and will arrive in theaters in mid-2022. Like many other people from my generation, Harry Potter was one of the first fandoms I got into, and I can't wait to see what the third film has in store.
Saturday Night Live season 46 kicked off a few days ago, and the show's cast has been updated. Longtime cast members Beck Bennett, known for playing Vice President Mike Pence and shirtless Vladimir Putin, has departed the show after 8 seasons. Lauren Holt, who joined SNL only last year, will do the same. 3 new cast members have also joined Saturday Night Live as featured players. Aristotle Athari of the hit comedy Silicon Valley, James Austin Johnson, who is best known for the internet to have the best Trump impression, and Sarah Sherman, who has been featured on The Eric Andre Show. I'm looking forward to watching episode 2 on Saturday.
The Emmys happened a few weeks ago, and lots of fantastic winners were announced. The Queen's Gambit took the award for Best Limited Series, and the Best Comedy Series went to Ted Lasso. For Drama Series, The Crown, and Hamilton took the Best Pre-Recorded Variety Special. A plethora of exciting wins occurred throughout the night, all very deserving of the awards that they received.
Hang on to your sonic screwdrivers, folks. According to the BBC, Russell T Davies is making a return to the flagship sci-fi show Doctor Who as showrunner. 12 years after he left the role, Davies will succeed Chris Chibnall, who previously announced he will hand over the keys to the TARDIS next year. The show celebrates its 60th anniversary in 2023.
Mad Max Fury Road's fiercest fighter, Furiosa, will make her return to the big screen in June 2023. Unlike the original film, which took place over 3 days, hers will take place over many years. Anna Taylor-Joy, star from The Queen's Gambit and The Witch, will play the young Furiosa, opposite Chris Hemsworth, whose role has yet to be revealed. Director George Miller says he looks forward to begin filming Furiosa's story in the coming weeks.
The Sopranos TV show is resurging in the streaming world as the prequel film The Many Saints of Newark was released on October 1st. The New York Times published an article analyzing the resurgence and concluded that its themes are extremely relevant and relatable to many Americans today, while also being a major source of entertainment during lockdown. Either way, it seems like The Sopranos might get their own cinematic universe soon, considering how successful the material is within the younger demographics.
All right, that's all the breaking nerd news we have for you, but stay tuned for more after the break.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch.
Till September.
I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs. And that's still not enough to put food on the table. I am a 16-year-old boy who just got my first job to help feed my little sisters. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew they were hungry.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Welcome back from the break. If you are into tabletop or role-playing games, there is a chance you may have heard of a game called Magic the Gathering. Here at CSU, a group of students have definitely heard of it and are passionate enough to have started a club dedicated to the game.
Let's go ahead and see what these CSU geeks are all about.
After students have gone home for a long day of classes, these individuals stay in their Natural Resource Sciences building to play Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is a trading card game where you play a powerful wizard that can summon creatures, cast spells, and wield weapons, and your goal is to destroy other powerful wizards.
We're really interested in getting some games going on campus. Of course, people who play the game, we have to try to find games in person. because that's what the game is about.
Luckily, Magic the Gathering is offered online, which the group played on during the worldwide pandemic.
We definitely saw a bit of a decline in games and interaction, but we did have some online presence where we were able to kind of come together and figure out how to actually make some games work online. It's definitely a lot harder, but there are some ways to do it.
So I was always more of a Yu-Gi-Oh kind of kid. I never really got into Magic, but I do think it's kind of cool that they actually have that kind of foundation for each other and they can play with each other.
Yeah, it was like cool to see them back there because I know they said they like play it online and stuff, and it like makes me sad. I'm glad they can like be in person and use the cards and
Me
stuff.
too, but coming back to campus has been one of those big experiences where it's like we get to finally unite and bond with each other, and I think that's really cool that they got the chance to do it, especially with one of their interests. Like, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
Well, there is more magic in the realms of our TV shows, movies, books, and of course, our role-playing tabletop games. But there's magic in the real world here too. Here's Alex Prass taking us to just one of the many magical places for us CTV geeks, Griffin Comics.
If you ever get that itch to slay dragons or break out that old set of magic cards, then I have found the place for you. Griffin Games is a comic shop and cafe that hosts a multitude of events.
On the 17th of this month, we have a murder mystery, which is our first one we've done since things have opened up again. We're doing some more one-off stuff like that lately now that we've sort of ramped back up. We have Magic players here for Friday Night Magic. We have a Commander League going on in the back right now for Magic. We have Pokemon play and like tournaments for that. There's like a board game night. We've got Flesh and Blood just started back up here. Oh my god, there's so many more.
You may have noticed their events cover a lot of interests, and that's no accident.
Like, I don't do all the hobbies here. If I'm honest, I am not I like comics, but I've never been like a collector or anything, and I know that's like half the store. And like, I haven't played Pokemon in years and years, but you know, there's Pokemon players, so like, I love seeing people play Pokemon. I remember being a 10-year-old super excited to play a game of Pokemon. There's people doing pickup board games out in the cafe. For me, that's how I've always sort of found the people I spend time with. All of those sorts of things, that's where I always found a lot of comfort, and where I always, long before this, long before even Fort Collins, strive to sort of create that space where people could enjoy their hobbies and find other people who enjoy their hobbies and find new hobbies because there were already people enjoying it.
Outside of events, the shop itself features comics, games, books, and more. They even have a coffee shop with nerdy-themed drinks. However, being community and event-based proved difficult when facing COVID.
And even in the time I've been here, we've seen a lot of adjustments from, I believe, during, we had like curbside pickup stuff going on. When things started opening up, we had just masks required indoors, which we did for a long time. Then we moved to, as events were getting up a little bit, events were just limited to like 10 or fewer people and masked.
Even with the weight of having to adjust, their spirits still held high.
In-store morale's been really good the whole time. I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think that we all enjoy what we do, and we like seeing people finally come in and do things again. Even just the morale of our regulars, definitely, you can see turning around. People coming in and seeing that they're not the only person sitting in the cafe anymore, or even just a couple people coming to play a board game and not the only people playing a board game is really cool.
A lot of people, I think, don't know we're still running stuff. We've been putting it out on Facebook, and we've been putting out emails and stuff. It's really easy to get into a habit, and I'm guilty of this too, where you're at home for all your things, you're working from home, you're staying away from social places, and not realize that those things you like to do, Friday Night Magic and Pokemon and stuff like that, are happening again.
When you cut down to it, this place isn't just about games. It's about the people.
That's something I've always been really like deep into, is sort of community and people just doing the things they love to do.
I really wish I would have had some place like that when I was a kid, because honestly, just the community around there seems super exciting and super fun and loving, and I never got that experience as a kid. What about you?
I mean, I don't know. It's just like interesting to see that they have people that can like come together and like, I don't know, just find people that are playing the same games as them too. It's just cool. Like, I wish I could come into a cafe like you said, kind of, and like find people that had my same interests.
Well, yeah, it's like he talked about Pokemon, he talked about comic books, he talked about like all these other different topics, and I'm just like, man, if I was a kid, I would have been all over that kind of stuff. I would have loved it. So, I mean, I can't dwell on it, but
It's all right. You can still go if you want. All right, cool. Well, these were some awesome looks at nerd life within Fort Collins and on campus. We'll have more local nerd insight coming up right after the break.
Queen is just my everything. Right now, I wouldn't know where my life would be without her.
They say chivalry's dead. It's not. Terrence is a gentleman. He opens doors. His smile did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. It takes me to a place of no hope. It takes me to a place of loneliness. It saddens me. When you discriminate against somebody in housing, where do these people go? Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. Up next is something ridiculously cool.
That is absolutely right. The fine art of metalsmithing is still alive and well today, and we decided that it needed some appreciation from CTV's biggest geeks. Let's check out some of the coolest metalsmiths in Fort Collins.
With a population of about 33,000 students at Colorado State University, there is a club for everyone on campus to geek out about. For these art lovers, it's the Metalsmithing Guild.
At Metals Guild, it's really focused on like the learning and the broadening horizons of metalsmithing itself. It's kind of like one of those like little low-key art practices that we try to just like bring out into the community, like making it known like this is where your jewelry comes from, this is how it's made and stuff like that. So like really kind of enriching everybody's knowledge around like metals.
Mariah Shelby is the president of the guild and has made some major changes to the club over the course of several months.
Unfortunately, because of COVID, our guild kind of died. So I assumed the position. At my undergrad, I was actually Metals Guild president, so I had a little bit of experience. So I assumed the position to try to get it back up and running. One of the things that I definitely want to try to get going for Metals Guild is actually attending symposiums and stuff. A lot of metalsmiths have symposiums and conferences where you actually get to network. So that's one reason why I was super excited about being president, because I kind of want to start getting the undergrads and the community involved in conferences and symposiums and stuff like that to build these larger networks.
Working with metals requires a studio with essential tools and dangerous chemicals. When COVID-19 swept the nation, this guild had a difficult time getting back on their feet.
So we haven't been able to have pizza nights, movie nights. We're really worried about jewelry sales. Now that we've gotten guidance from the university, we're actually like feeling a little bit more confident about hosting sales now. So that's been really great that they're like, yes, post whatever you need to, maintaining COVID guidelines on university property though. So luckily they've given us the okay to start hosting events again. Most of the symposiums and conferences are still online right now, just because they do get really large. Like usually they're national conferences. The Texas Symposium's coming up this fall, hopefully. We haven't heard word yet on if it's gonna be in person or online, but we're really excited about that one. But we're always welcoming new people to come in, join us for our meetings. It's a really great way to put yourself out there for sales if you're interested in selling your work and stuff like that. Like we're always open to new members who aren't necessarily like students or art majors and stuff like that. Like we're always open.
I was kind of nerding out the fact that it's called a guild. First of all, I saw like the smithing, all the stuff that was going on in there. I was just like, that's so cool. Like you gotta have such talent to do that.
For real, it looks like it's really like you have to be very precise with it, I'm sure. It looks like it's a learned skill.
Oh, I shake so much, so I would be terrified to do it. My metalsmithing would be awful, but the fact that people can just go and do that is so cool, and I really appreciate that it's like an art that people don't really follow anymore, and yet there's still people willing to put time in to do it. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that is super cool. Alrighty, up next is our esports segment by our beloved host, Alex Prast, who was unable to be here with us this evening.
However, if we use Doctor Strange's time stone, we would be able to see that earlier this week, he was here filming his breakdown of the biggest news in the esports world. So we could see it right now.
Great work, Alex. Let's check out what he's got in store for us.
I'm Alex Prast, and welcome to another esports update. I have a few bad news updates to get out of the way, so let's get started. The large Border Wars event got canceled just a few weeks before the event was supposed to take place. The Border Wars event was intended to be a large gaming competition across all of our esports team against Wyoming on October 2nd. The competition would have been in person and the footage would have been amazing to show you, but due to unforeseen and undisclosed circumstances, it had to be canceled. And speaking of cancellations, we have one more. The September LAN was canceled as well. The room where it was meant to take place did not have any open ports, and thus video games were unable to be played on any internet. The event was intended to have lots of friendly gaming for everyone on multiple platforms. However, don't lose hope. There is another LAN coming up on October 30th, and more information will come out on that soon. Now finally on to the good stuff. Sports gaming fans, rejoice! Level Next and Snickers are hosting a MADDEN National Championship. The event is free and open to all college students, and it even has $150,000 in prizes. There's already a team forming at CSU, and you can expect an update from us here at CTV Geeks when this competition goes down. And while we're on competition, our League of Legends team won yet another competition. They competed in a Unified Community League Teams tournament and ended up placing first, winning $750. The team dropped on match during a double round robin and ended up as the first seed going into the finals. They played the second place team and beat them by a landslide. Congratulations to our league team, who apparently just cannot be beat. Well, Ram fans, that's all I have for you on this Esports Month. Be sure to tune in next month for competition footage and more news and announcements on our teams here at CSU. But don't go anywhere yet. We've got more news coming up for you right after.
Thanks for the esports scoop, Alex. I hope you're living it up in Hawaii. I'm a little jealous that I didn't get to come with, but we'll see you next show.
We all know that being a full-time nerd is a lot of work. And that includes becoming a professional at defending your position on anything in pop culture, anywhere from the best comic book movie adaptation to the best authors in science fiction. This is why we took to the streets to ask the students of CSU the most pressing fan questions we could think of. Let's take a look.
So what Hogwarts house are you?
Gryffindor.
Alright, we don't know too much about Harry Potter. I love the movies, but my boy Caesar, he knows what's up, so I'm gonna let him take it away. Go ahead, bro. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, I did the questionnaire and I was Gryffindor.
I'm a Slytherin.
I'm probably Gryffindor, I guess.
Okay. So I did take the quiz. I'll say that.
Of course.
I'll admit that at least. I was in Ravenclaw.
Oh, awesome. That's the first Ravenclaw we've gotten all day.
Yeah, there you go. All right. No, I'll take it. I like to imagine I'm wise in some way.
Yeah, you look it. You're looking fresh.
Thank you. It's the bolo time from Texas, so.
Oh, nice. I like it. I like it.
Legally, they make you, if you're going to leave the state, you have to put one of these on.
Oh, of course, of course. How many of the Deathly Hallows can you name?
0.
The Elder Wand, the Invisibility Cloak, and the Resurrection Stone.
Perfect, perfect. That's all 3 right off the bat.
The Elder One? Is that one?
Boom.
Of them? Oh my god, you're kidding.
First one.
Wait, why do I want to say the Sorcerer's Stone? No, that was
similar,
like
similar.
One of those. Oh wait, that cloak, the invisibility cloak.
Boom,
You're
that's
kidding.
2. That's 2.
There's 3, right? The
There's 3.
Resurrection Stone, the Master Wand, and the Cloak of Invisibility.
All right, now this one's a little more tricky. How many of the Marauders can you name?
Sirius, James, Lupin, and Peter Pettigrew.
Oh my god, that's all 4.
All right, can I call a friend?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I don't have any friends. That's a joke.
Sirius Black, right?
Is Remus one of them? Remus
Boom.
Lupin?
The rat? I don't remember.
His
3?
name's Peter?
Yep. That's 3 out of the 4. There's one more.
Remus. It wasn't his dad, right?
Boom.
James.
That's all 4. So there's a part in Harry Potter where he puts his mouth to the golden snitch and opens it to get like the resurrection stone in it. What does he specifically say into the golden snitch?
Open.
I am about to die or I'm okay with dying.
Perfect. It was I'm about to die. Bam. Perfect.
No, yeah, he dies. That's how he gets it, and then he dies.
That's pretty close. I'll kind of count that. He says I'm going to die.
Yeah.
It's not close to open at all.
I should have.
Mr. Churchill, what Hogwarts house are you? Oh, okay, all right. So now our next question: how many of the Deathly Hallows can you name? No, not a fan. Not a fan of Deathly Hallows. Perfect, awesome. Anything else that you just want to say to the fans out there? Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you very much, Mr. Churchill.
So here's the deal. I've come.
Peter Parker?
No, it's me. It's Westyn.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, I had to suit up. It's getting a little cold in here.
Okay.
But yeah, I actually had to go ahead and take the Hogwarts quiz to see what house I was, like literally right before we did this, because I was like, I would be offended if I didn't. Turns out I am a Hufflepuff Gryffindor mix. So just go ahead and call me Peter Potter. So
Peter Potter.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
What about you?
I think I'm like 100% Hufflepuff. I relate to the dog, like.
The dog was my spirit animal. Not a spider, but a dog. I can tell you that much.
I know. I'm glad his opinion was included.
Yeah, for real. And also, if you see him, give him treats. I know that's gotta tell you.
For sure. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for sticking around with us, and that does it for your monthly dose of Geek, Rams.
We appreciate being able to fill you in on all the news, and we look forward to watching Alex and Lee talk about it next time on next month, and we look forward to talking to you guys later.
That's right. We can't wait until Alex and Lee are back in November for the next show.
All right. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for watching the show.